everyone and welcome back to the Gentle Dog Trainers channel. I'm your host Olivia DeSantos and I am not joined by my co-hosts just yet. We will be bringing them in a little later because we are talking about puppies today and my co-hosts are not puppies anymore. Actually, it's been quite a few years since they were puppies. If you've brought home a little bundle of joy, or if you are preparing to bring home a little bundle of joy, congratulations. We're going to be answering the question, can puppies eat adult dog food? We're going to answer that right this second. But before we get there, I just want to prompt you to click that subscribe button if you're interested in more content on how to raise happy, healthy, and well-behaved dogs. Also click that notification bell so that you get notified about our upcoming content. So let's answer the question. Can you give puppies adult dog food? No, but also yes. Let me explain. So toddlers, for example, can eat some adult food, right? They might be prepared slightly differently, but you can give toddlers adult food. But like toddlers, puppies have different nutritional needs to adults, and that's why it's recommended that you give your puppy food, because it is infused with different vitamins that they need for healthy growth. Puppy food often has extra calcium in it for the growth of healthy bones. You also have glucosamine and chondroitin, I think that's how you say it, and that promotes the good joint health and good skin health. And these are things that adult dogs don't need as much. So this is why you've got just some extra support and extra goodness in puppy food that you don't have in adult food. Another reason why it's not great to give your puppy adult food is because of the size of the kibble. Puppies have baby teeth, so they're not able to eat adult food as comfortably, especially depending on how old they are. Their teeth are just not as developed. Some adult kibble is particularly large, so puppy food is just easier for your dog to digest as well as your dog to actually mechanically eat. So when should you transition your puppy from puppy food to adult food? The answer is quite nuanced. It depends on the size of your dog, it depends on the breed of your dog. Some dogs mature much quicker than others. We just did an article on the life cycle of a dog, so check that out. We will link it in the description down below. But essentially, some small dogs can mature into adulthood as early as 9 months old, and they can start to transition off of puppy food and into adult food from 9 months old. But some extra large dogs, like Newfoundlands, for example, can't actually eat adult food or shouldn't eat adult food until they're about 2 years old. They take much longer to mature, and they need all of that extra support that you find in puppy food throughout those 2 years. Generally speaking, you want to continue your dog on puppy food for longer than you might think if you're in doubt. So if you're in doubt about how mature they are, keep them going on puppy food and then revert to your vet to help you work out when you can start to transition. It's better to have your dog on puppy food for too long than to take them off of puppy food and then for not to get all of those good nutrients for as long as they need them. So how do you transition your puppy from puppy food to adult food when they're ready to transition? Well, slow process. Slowly, just like you do with children. You start with adding a little bit of adult food to their puppy meal and then just slowly changing the ratios until you're mostly at adult food with only a little bit of puppy food. Just make that transition as smooth as possible over the course of weeks and months. You can get your vet to give you some more fixed guidelines on how to do this. Also, some dogs take to transition better than others. So to make the transition a little bit easier, it's good to stick with one brand. So If you have a specific brand of puppy foods that your dog has been loving, then check out their adult food as well, because they're most likely to have the same kind of flavor profile, so that it's not too much of a difficult transition. Some dogs are very, very fussy and want the same sort of flavors and textures that they're used to. Another way that you can help with this transition is to bribe them a little bit. If you can find some onion-free and garlic-free gravy or stock and just mix that into the adult meal, then that will make it a little bit juicier, a little bit more enticing to eat. I only recommend doing this if you're finding it particularly difficult transitioning your dog from puppy to adult food, because you don't want to make it a habit of bribing your dog to eat their normal food. They should eat their normal food without any extra additions. But in those beginning stages, when they're just getting used to stuff, and if they're not really loving the adult food just yet and need a little bit of a boost, then there's no harm in a tiny bit of bribery. I hope this video has helped you with learning the whole process from transitioning your dog from puppy food to adult food and when to do that. I'm going to bring in our co-hosts for a little chow down, and I hope to see you in our next video. Take care. Bye-bye.